Yo, what's up world? It's your boy Velasco here, and today we're going to have a lesson based on pronunciation. I'm going to teach you how to say law and low properly. But before we get to that, let me tell you a little bit about these words. Law is basically the rules. Yes, the rules that you have to follow. Because if you break laws in America, that means you go to jail. And I'm pretty sure it's like that in other countries too. But usually after you break the law, you have to go to court, and then if they find you guilty, you go to jail. And guys, jail is not good for us. There are no girls in jail. None. Not even one. And to make it worse, there's no Russian or Brazilian girls to talk to. No! And that is pretty low. And speaking of low, let me tell you a little bit about the word low. Low basically means relatively close to the ground. So I can throw this up in the air. But this is high to me because my head is down here and I have to look up, which means when I throw this up, it is high. But when you compare it with an airplane is thousands of feet up in the sky. So when you compare me throwing this in the air, this is low compared to an airplane. But this is high when I throw it up compared to me. And that's basically what relativity is. It all depends on the perspective. And I hope, according to your perspective, you have a high view of my videos. So let's get to the pronunciation of these two words. Law and low. I'm going to compare them and show you all the differences. Now, when you say the word law, the first thing you have to do is open your mouth. You have to open your mouth. I don't care if you have no teeth, yellow teeth, gold and silver teeth, you have to open your mouth. Law, law. Make sure you open your mouth. Open your mouth wide as if you saw all my clothes just fall off and you saw me naked. You'd be like, so imagine that and say, law, law. Yes, law. You have to open your mouth. Law. So if you saw me naked and you said law, it would be like this. Law. Yes, open the mouth. Now when you're saying the word low, you don't have to open your mouth that much. You can just say low, low, low. What you do with your lips actually when you are saying low is they are protruding as you say the word. Like this. Low, 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 low. And that's how you use your lips. Now when it comes to putting emphasis on the word, when you say the word law, you want to start from here and go straight up. Law, law. You want it to get louder as you say it. Law, law. Straight line going up. Law. It's sort of like a happy word, something you will say when you're in a good mood. Here's some examples. Yesterday I almost broke the law. Yesterday I fought the law, but the law won. But when you're saying low, you say it low. You actually say it much lower. So it'll be like this. Low, low, low. The word goes down. It gets quieter as you say it. For example, the tide is now low. The tide is now low. Some people have low standards. Some people have low standards. And also when you're saying the word low, you can also cut it off. Make it quick. So instead of just going straight down like this, you can cut it off. So you can say, that's low. That is low. That's pretty low. But with law, you always want to hold the sound out and keep your mouth open. Law. Your mouth is open until the word is completed. Law. So let's practice with some example sentences dealing with both of these words. A low life breaks the law. A low life breaks the law. The law is low. The law is low. So now I hope you got it. A lot of people who try to say low, I think they're saying law. And a lot of people who say law, I think they're saying low. So please, law, open that mouth like you saw me get naked. Law! And when you say low, just relax, deep voice, low. That was pretty low, or the tide is low. That's basically it. So that's the end of the episode for today. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned new stuff. Be sure to add me, vk.com/Velasco, that's me, and subscribe to my YouTube page somewhere up there to see all of my videos. I have about 180 of them, and you should go check some of them out. Go look at them. It's not against the law, and I won't consider you low if you don't do it. So that's it. Later.